to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy. And we've got Allie LaForce reporting from the sideline. And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. The wingmen, Edwards and McDaniels. The big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard. Now here's Randall. Clock at 6. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Well, we know that players will often hit a wall at some point, Coach, in the season. When does that happen for coaches?
Yeah, maybe on opening night, Kevin. No, there's so much work that goes into it in the offseason. Opening night is almost a sigh of relief. But that feeling of relief does go away pretty quickly.
Here's DiVincenzo. Back to Randall. Smith with the defensive effort. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for Houston. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
A bit ago, Ime Udoka and I were able to chat. He was complimentary of his opponent, Anthony Edwards. Coach told me Ant is a special player in terms of his athleticism, skill, and his mindset. He approaches each matchup with an aggressiveness that we need to try and match. Back over to you.
Allie, thank you so much. And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball game. Pass to Edwards. Back to DiVincenzo. And a miss there on the triple.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the three ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Minnesota with the ball. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season. Pass to Randall. It's stolen by Smith. And here's Thompson, defended by DiVincenzo. Thompson passes to Durant. Six on the shot clock. Here's Şengün. Thompson for three. Julius Randle with the rebound. And you look at these Rockets, Greg, pretty fearsome on the defensive end.
I mean, great length and athleticism on the wings, and a defensive-minded coach in Ime Udoka. They'll make you work for it, no doubt about it.
Now Easton, after Anthony Edwards missed from long range. Thompson against Edwards. Houston moving it around. DiVincenzo against Durant, and that one drops.
And the defense has to be aware of KD at all times, especially when he's hovering around that mid-range.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Some very valuable players right here. Big men who can create turnovers for their teammates inside. These are the power forwards and centers with the most assists in the past month. Fourth, Julius Randle.
And these are some of the most complete players in our league. I mean, they're not just traditional score and rebound big men. They can beat you with their passing as well.
Well, that's really what the new age big man has turned into. They're not just bruisers anymore.
Here's McDaniels after the made shot from KD.
Well, I believe that's now 4 straight misses to start the game. Talk about stumbling out of the block.
Smith with a screen on McDaniels. KD against McDaniels. Nice defense from McDaniels. Outside Edwards. Trying to end the drought. The rebound by KD. Houston leading by 4. DiVincenzo with the rebound.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
Edwards passes to Randall. Gobert down low. He's covered by Eason. Gobert with a screen for Edwards. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And you gotta box out Gobert or he will make you pay on the offensive glass.
Greg, Anthony Edwards is full of confidence, and it's beautiful to watch.
And rightfully so. Ant can do it all on the floor. As complete of a wing as you'll find in our league.
Now DiVincenzo after the missed three from KD. And here's Edwards from the arc. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no airspace there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Now here's Durant. This game he had 28 points. To the inside, here's Thompson, and Thompson throws it down.
And he's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
McDaniels outside. On the wing, DiVincenzo. He's covered by Thompson. Eason against Edwards. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Houston leading by 4. Now here's Durant. And he's currently averaging more than 26 points a game. Such a force. And it's Smith finishing it off.
And Smith is just so impressive, especially when he's working in that screen and roll.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
No one near Randall as he lets it go. A three-pointer is right on target.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And with his movement skills, Thompson routinely catches defenders out of position.
Houston shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. That one is off. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. That one is no good.
Well, that's a rarity for him, not being able to cash in on the trip to the line.
Here's Conley. Clark kicks to Randall. Here's Reed. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Rockets ahead. They're up by 3. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, they've made a point to get inside on this defense, and it's been working like a charm early on.
Adams is out there with Halpern Şengün. Then there's Shepard. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Okogie in at the shooting guard position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. And good depth for the Timberwolves. It can be challenging sometimes, Stan, choosing who plays and who sits.
Well, Kevin, that's the kind of problem you want as a coach. But they've traded away a lot of draft capital to assemble this roster. Now it's about paying them to keep them together.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. The Timberwolves coach, Chris Finch, said, "We're a team based on movement, cutting, and fluidity. That burden also falls on Anthony Edwards to move and accommodate his teammates. For his part, Ant said his focus is being what the team needs me to be, a leader by example, and showing them that I'm coachable." Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Shepard with the ball. Over by Conley. Here's Okogie. Nothing on the board. Here's Shepard. Julius Randle with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 5. Here's Dillingham. That's in, coming off an assist from Randle.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
Outside Conley. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. And the wide open shot from Reed.
Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
Here's Finney Smith. He's covered by Clark. Shepard with the ball. 8 points his last outing. Shingun with the bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. For the Rockets, Kevin Durant's checked in for Steven Adams, and Amen Thompson subbed in for Josh Okogie. And then for Minnesota, Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. McDaniels comes in for Clark, and Anthony Edwards subbed in for Dillingham. Now here's Edwards, still without a basket. Good D by Thompson. Houston leading by 5. Well, Coach, we know there's a lot of expectations tied to a #1 pick. Sometimes they fall flat, but that has not been the case so far with Anthony Edwards.
Oh, it sure as heck hasn't, Kevin. But I think it starts with Anthony Edwards welcomed the expectations. He wanted the expectations, and he has pushed himself to play to that level on a nightly basis, and he's done it.
And so he hits the technical free throw. So, Stan, let me pose this question. What do you think is the most important thing to stress in youth basketball?
I think there's 2 things, Kevin, that need to be stressed in youth basketball. The first one is love the game. Make it enjoyable for guys because, look, if kids love it and enjoy it, they'll keep playing it, they'll keep practicing it, and they'll get better. And then the second thing that goes along with that is the fundamentals. You can never do too much work on footwork, ball handling, and things like that.
Now Randall, after the missed 3 from KD. They get it back. Outside for Randall. Pass to DiVincenzo. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall. DiVincenzo's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Durant against McDaniel. Smith with a screen on DiVincenzo. Shepard the pass to Thompson. Smith sets the pick for Thompson. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Thompson's got the lead back up to 6 now for the Rockets. Up top, Edwards. He's covered by Thompson. There's the triple. Edwards can't hit.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Randall kicks to Edwards. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. Out to Smith. Takes the 3. Good on the triple. And now an 11-point Rocket lead.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
So Anthony Edwards, the Timberwolves franchise player. GA, how good do you think he can be?
Well, some were ready to anoint him the new face of the league. But if they're to win the franchise's first title, there's another level he's got to reach.
Here's Shepard. Durant for 3. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last.
All right, a moment to check out stats for Durant. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. He's averaging 28 points, 5 assists, and 6 rebounds. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
Yeah, look, he is truly the kind of player you build everything around. Your plays, your lineups, it's all about setting this guy up for success.
Adams, he's checked in for the Rockets. Tari Eason comes in for Shepard. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Reed's checked in. Timberwolves trail by 14. McDaniels outside. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen. And now a look at the teams that have shot the ball the best over the course of the last month. In fourth, the Timberwolves.
Well, their offensive efficiency has been incredible. It's why no one wants to play them right now.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for the Rockets. Thompson sets the pick for KD. There's 39 seconds left in the first half of basketball.
Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively, they've still found a way to get the lead.
Pass to Reed. To halt the run. Sinks the triple. Reed's got his first 3 points of the game.
You don't want to leave Reed any space out there. He's an efficient three-point shooter.
KD looking around. And the foul called on Edwards. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
"12 seconds left in the first half. Now Kevin Durant. Stolen by McDaniels. And so it's Houston. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the...
Hello, basketball fans. For Orlando, it was a win against the Grizzlies in Memphis, and that put them at 4-2 in their last 6 outings.
Oh, we all saw that one.
And turning back to our first half, things going well, extremely well, for the Houston Rockets.
I love their game plan. Work the rock inside until someone stops it.
It's a simple, direct strategy, Shaq. And when you can pull it off, it gives you a multitude of options offensively.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. The big men on the floor for him, Randall and Gobert. The wingmen, Edwards and McDaniels. And it's DiVincenzo in at the one. Durant for three. Durant, money from deep.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, Anthony Edwards keeps a tight circle. He said, "I've known my whole crew since I was 13, and that's the answer to everything." And the crew includes those voices of wisdom, too. He said, quote, "I keep those types of friends around. I'm not the type that always listens, but I'll listen to my elders." Kevin, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Easton passes to KD. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Yeah, this is a testament to how competitive Durant is, able to score against physical defenders.
And Greg, these poised veterans really seem to have triggered a shift for the Rockets.
At the same time, it's going to be Houston's young talent that determines their future, and they've already shown they can make a major impact. Such a unique player. Kevin Durant, pure shooter, incredibly skilled, all at nearly 7 feet tall.
Now here's DiVincenzo. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Randall with the ball, covered by Smith. Randall no good. Durant against McDaniel. Şengün with a screen on McDaniel. And Katie, good for 3. Durant's got 17 now.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
Well, clearly the defense has had no answer for them. Might be time to try something different.
Now here's Randall. He's someone who's a factor on any given night, averaging more than 22 points a game. And it's Houston's ball. 9 points in a row. Good run for him right now. Easton passes to Durant. Shot clock at 6. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Well, that one didn't fall, but otherwise they've been excellent shooting the ball to start this half.
Now here's Randall. Out to Edwards. The Timberwolves again can't hit. McDaniels against Durant. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Lets it fly from 18. And again, the Rockets good for 2.
Well, he has owned this quarter. A major reason they're up right now.
Greg, you look at Alperen Sengun. He's one of the best combinations of force and finesse in the NBA.
And you wonder how he fell to the 16th pick in the 2021 draft. You saw the numbers he was putting up as a 19-year-old in Turkey. Pretty clear he should have gone higher.
Here's McDaniels. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. McDaniels outside to stop the drought. Edwards, no good.
Well, he hasn't made a shot, and his team is losing. Time to find another solution.
DiVincenzo against Thompson. Smith with a screen on DiVincenzo. Great shot by Thompson. Thompson's got 7.
It helps that Thompson can score with either hand close to the bucket. Defenders can't force him to one side or the other.
Now here's Edwards. Still scoreless. And here is DiVincenzo. It's good from long range.
And some well-needed scoring. He stops a 13-0 run by the Rockets.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Durant against McDaniel. Now here's Durant. D right on him. Impressive fadeaway right there. Durant's got 13 points in the second half.
Boy, he's really turned it around since the break. In a bit of a rhythm now.
DiVincenzo with the screen on Easton. The shot's good from DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, DiVincenzo enjoys working inside. He can be appropriately aggressive in the paint.
Durant against McDaniel. To the middle. It's stolen by Gobert. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Moving it up. From 8. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. McDaniels got his first 2 points.
Well, smart idea from McDaniels, looking to convert inside.
And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. So the Rockets end up going with a whole new group. Some rookies have had a very hot hand this season. These are the best three-point shooters in the NBA's freshman class. Fifth best, Reed Shepherd.
And I think there's a little rivalry among that group of rookie bombers. I know he'd love to see his name all the way at the top of the list.
Here's Finney-Smith, covered by Miller. Shepherd with the ball. No scoring in this one. 6 to shoot. Back to Finney-Smith. Here's a Kogi. Come on. He doesn't hit that one. Some solid defense from Clark. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Timberwolves. trailing by 19. Dillingham, no good. Houston's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Here's Shepard, covered by Conley. Now Shepard. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Rockets. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dig. What a great passer.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. We've got Alperon Şengün. He's out there with Steven Adams. Shepard out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Okogie in at the 2. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Here's Finney-Smith following the basket by Julius Randle. Back to Şengün. And Şengün throws it down.
Great timing and a really good read there from Şengün. Spaces the floor and is rewarded.
Conley left side. You know, Stan, even at this late stage of his career, Mike Conley brings tremendous value to the team.
He sure does, Kevin. And look, we know this. No one brings more discipline and professionalism on a nightly basis.
Take a break.
He keeps this team poised. He keeps his team organized. And he's a great mentor to the young players on this team.
That's good from Conley.
Well, the leadership and steadiness Mike Conley brings to his team can't be overstated. A true locker room leader and a vet who sets a great tone out on the floor.
And so Mike Conley nails both of them. And Greg, when you're dealing with this Timberwolves team fairly deep with size up front,
that can wear you down over the course of a game, and especially in a playoff series, a real strength of this team.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Randle no good.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Stolen by Conley. Fast break, Minnesota. And that one's good by Clark.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Kevin Durant's checked in for Steven Adams. Edwards has come in for Minnesota. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Clark against Durant. To the paint. And Şengün with the basket on the assist by Durant. And that's now 10 points for Şengün. Timberwolves trail by 19. Conley scanning the floor. Randle is doubled. Clark the pass to Reed. Back to Clark. 6 on the shot clock. Reed with a screen for Edwards.
Whoa! Gracious. Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
Oh, that's an outstanding view from the AT&T Connected Cam. Houston leading by 17. Shepard with a screen for Durant. Over Clark. And again, the Rockets good for 2.
Well, you talk about a full 180. His play here in the second half has really come on. You can see his confidence building.
Conley finds Randall. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. From outside, off the mark.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
Durant, the pass to Şengün. Now, Finney Smith. Fires the 3. No good from Durant. Timberwolves trail by 19. Down low, here's Reed. Oh, what a finish!
Showing off his power. Reed gave the dunk everything he had.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. It's time now to present our player of the game, Kevin Durant.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. Now here's Durant. McDaniels pulls it down. DiVincenzo against Thompson. Now here's DiVincenzo. He's covered closely. The shot is off. Here's Şengün. It's stolen by Gobert. And now the Timberwolves on the break. McDaniel.
Well, McDaniels is a physical player. He doesn't mind getting roughed up a bit while trying to score.
Second team foul. Shooting for Minnesota, Jaden McDaniels. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
And you think back to when McDaniels was drafted. Everyone talked about his potential. Now they're talking about his consistency as a contributor, especially at the defensive end.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
And that's a situation where you must make them all to get back into the game.
KD against McDaniel. Here's Şengün. Yeah, that goes in.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. The Rockets making the shot. 1:27 left in the fourth quarter.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Rockets.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Kevin Durant.
Well, offensively, they needed him to be aggressive, and he delivered. What a game.
Thompson surveying the floor. From 7, and he makes that one count.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Durant fires. Rebounded by Randall. Now here's Edwards. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony.